So we're back at Hive 5 today. For those that saw the first video, you'll remember we were going to come back the following week just to check those dry queen cups due to some unforeseen hiccups, the local fires and then some heat waves. I did just race down here one night and quickly went through them, and they were still dry, so that was good. We're back today because we just need to do an inspection. Haven't had a chance to get into them due to the weather and those earlier fires. So we're going to get in today, have a quick look. The main thing we're going to check is we're going to uncap some drones and just check that there's no Varroa mites in there. We haven't done that for about a month, and Varroa is in the area. Haven't heard of any close by, but as the crow flies, it's probably only half an hour away from here now. So we'll get in, we'll have a look, and hopefully we won't find any. So it's probably cool enough that we probably could use some smoke today. But just because of all the dry grass, I'm not going to worry about it. With a bit of luck, they'll be not too stressed out. Just let us do some quick checks. That top box is very full of bees. Looks fantastic. We'll get to that one later. For now, just take it off. Starting to think that we should have got the smoke. So I changed my mind. I opened them up, and the first thing a few of them wanted to do was try and have a crack at my gloves, which is not normal. So we'll put a bit of smoke over them just to calm things down a bit. Gotta watch where we put it in. And we will just check a couple of these. Fully capped frame, beauty. So we'll just leave it on that for a minute. Second one, fully capped. Third one's fully capped on both sides as well. That must have been under replace last time we took a frame. They've got it drawn out pretty well, and they're starting to fill it with nectar. And we can see the next one's full, as is that one. This one, another newer one. Probably a third full. I just started capping it. Same on both sides. There's our old dry queen cell there. Not going to do much up here. And these two. This one's almost full, not yet capped. Same on that side. It's probably 3/4 full. So that's good. That means there's something still coming in. And then the last one, I don't know, those dry caps, is still empty. So we'll shovel those back in as they were. We've still got ample room, so we're not going to worry about harvesting anything at this stage. As we start to move into autumn, I won't harvest much at all. Unless they're chocolates. Alright, take that one off. Smoke is probably out by now. Still a little bit. smoke on there. Actually aren't as bad as they were when I first opened it. Must have took them by surprise. Probably that lack of smoke. Take your queen excluder off. Plenty of bees down here. Be expected, you want to just smoke them all down. And we've got a bit of brood, a bit of cap stuff, not heaps. Bit of nectar in there as well. Here's one of our dry queen cells, still dry. Let's leave that one out for a moment. Check this first frame. Usually only honey or pollen, which there is. Not heaps, but there's plenty there. That's all capped, so that's not a bad frame. Fair bit of brood. Patchy on that side. A lot of those empty cells. I don't imagine the camera will show it in the daylight. There's actually a little young brood in them too, so it's actually better than it looks. On that one, not a lot of drone brood, no. A couple of those dry queen cells. You can see the queen on there. Now we've got a couple of drones there, so I'm going to grab my trusty fork. Now I know you can get fancy forks, but I've just got an old kitchen fork, shaped a bit like a shearing comb. And we will just on that, and again this will test the camera out, but there's nothing dramatic on those couple. Can get them up. No, this one, same again. Quite the 100 that we need, but it's a start. Hang on, this one there's no drone on that one at all. See if I can spot the queen here. Good amount of brood at various stages. Can't see a queen. We all know that's my strong point. Brood in there, various stages. Can't see a queen there. Yeah, that frame, I know it looks like there's not much, but all that space has got young brood in up here, so it's actually going really well. Makes you think she should be there somewhere. Another couple of dry queen cells. Same again on that one. Quite as much on this one, it's a bit thinner than the others. I would be expecting them to start slowing down. Another dry queen cell, they seem to like those. This is a cool one. Test the camera out again. I don't know whether you can see in there, we've got one hatching. Got a brand new beat. No queen that I can see and no drones. Sorry, no drone brood. Might have to go hit one of the others. So you'll notice as I pick up each frame, I actually look at the side that was on the inside. Good pattern on this one, that's a beetle, we don't want them. But you'll notice I look on the frame that was on the inside with the assumption that the queen will like it darker. So she's going to be more likely on that side than the side that was exposed. There's grass seed in there, that doesn't help. So as I pull this frame out, if she was on the next one, I'd expect her to duck underneath. Last one. And there's a chance she's on that wall. She's obviously here, so it's not the end of the earth because there's plenty of brood in here. And again, there's no drone brood on this one. So obviously late in the season, then they know it's no point creating any more drones. What they've got is going to see them out. Something I will point out is that you can see the different colours of bees on here. Not that one, that's a beetle. But you get these dark ones and then you get these more goldy coloured ones. Now, as someone who's into genetics and that type of thing, you'll remember last time we were down here, I was saying how quiet they were, and that was due to, my opinion, that was due to the queen that I'd bought, as the ones that were in here were not that pleasant. Now she obviously disappeared and has self-replaced. So my assumption, or opinion, or whatever you want to call it, is she's now bred with the local drones, some of which would go back, would have been around from that original queen that was breeding the not so friendly ones, which is why I reckon that this particular hive, they're going to have some in there that are going to throw to the old genetics, there'll be some that throw to the new genetics, and that not only explains the colour but the varying temperaments. Now I might be wrong, might be close. That's just how I see it working. If you think I'm talking through my hat, just leave a comment, give me a call, whatever. I like listening to everyone's opinion. Doesn't mean I'll take any notice of it, but I'll listen. Carefully put our queen excluder back on. Due to the wax and propolis, we get a They had a bee space grace in there anyway, so it's actually not that easy to get them. That box is quite heavy. This is one of those poly paradise hives. They're growing on me. I didn't think I would be very excited by them. I don't know why, just probably because they're poly. Something different, anything time something different's strange. They're poly paradise, so exactly the same as the Hive IQs. And we've got a supplier of the Hive IQs. We're very lucky in Yakandanda. I think of it, I'll put a link in the description. But, we're very lucky to have that supplier so handy. So I've started with this one, I've now got 3. This one went really good through the winter. And it's the only thing different to all the other hives, is they're all your traditional wood types. There's a couple of different types. I've got your traditional white Langstroth hives, and some knockoff flow hives, which is still the same thing, but made from a cheaper material, obviously. But there was no discernible difference between all the different types of wood ones. This poly one was the only full-size one that went through winter, and they came out really well and early. I did have another poly nuke, which was interesting because I didn't expect them to survive. They were late. They were strong enough to give them a chance, but they weren't huge, and they made it through. So they actually did well. So there's something in the poly, in the insulation properties, obviously. But I was worried that they'd chew into the poly. But no, they haven't. They go well. So good news, no mites in the drone uncapping. Bad news, 3 drone cells is probably not quite a big enough sample for us to have any confidence in whatsoever. So we will check a couple more in the apiary to see if we can find some more drone brood to uncap. Failing that, next week we'll be back with the alcohol wash and give a few of them some bars and just check them that way. Not that we want to find them, but we do want to know what's going on. We're better off knowing they're there and managing them rather than being caught out. It's not the end of the earth, it's just another task. Alrighty, we'll pack up for now and we will catch you on the next one. That was very interesting. When I got there and took the lid off, thinking that they would be fine, I actually got swamped. And even before I got there was a few just coming at me and just didn't want me around. So henceforth I did light the smoker. Yet once I got into them, no problems at all. And now moving away from the hive, quite often when they're having a moody day, they'll actually chase you the whole way home. But not today, it's been fine. Interesting.